that may not resonate with you as sort of one of the typical things that you think about when you think about wellness. I think usually we go to things like exercise, nutrition, fitness, sleep, those kinds of things. But what we're really trying to do when we're optimizing wellness is become more aware and mindful and present in all of those areas, in how our body feels and how we're moving our body and the food choices that we make and how we develop sleep routines. And then if we think about what matters the most throughout our day, particularly at work, is the words that come out of our mouths and the communication style that we have. This can really have a big impact on your wellness. Think about the times when you're in stressful conversations or you're in a conversation that didn't go the way that you felt it was going to go. You're taken by surprise or the company changes direction immediately. That frustration, that anxiety, that stress impacts your mind, your body, and your whole being of wellness. So communication really is a strong pillar of integration where we want to apply that approach of being aware, of being present, and being mindful of what we say and how we say it. One of the things that you can find yourself in many times in the corporate world are conversations or projects or discussions where your wheels are spinning and you're just not making any progress on something. Maybe somebody is having a challenge and you've tried to help them with that challenge, but no matter what you say or what solution you offer, they reject it. Well, I can't do that because this will happen, or that won't work, I've tried that before, and you're just thinking like, why are they not listening to me? Well, there's a good chance that you're both playing a role on what we call the drama triangle. So the drama triangle is something that I learned about from a cognitive behavioral psychologist years ago. And like any good triangle, it has three corners. The three roles that you're potentially playing if you're on the drama triangle are victim, rescuer, and persecutor. So in the scenario that I just pointed out, the person that you're talking to might be in the victim role. They might be in this corner of frustration with themselves, frustration with their situation. They're not open to ideas right now. They really want to just stay in this victim corner and say, oh, why is this always happening to me? This is so unfair. And there's no way you're going to get through to them no matter what you try to do as the rescuer. So you're in the rescuer corner in that scenario. And as you think about these different roles, something might jump into your mind as a sort of pattern that you have. You might choose one of these roles more often than others. Maybe you're the kind of person that always wants to jump in and help, where you have to identify sometimes those places where a victim just needs that time and space to be a victim. And you can just say, okay, you know what? You're going to be a victim for right now. It's clear that you're not open to solutions. I'll come back to you when you are, and I'm happy to help you then. And that's really the right way to deal with these situations when you're playing one of these roles on the drama triangle, because where we really want to be is off the triangle. X marks the spot. So if you recognize that you're playing one of these roles, then you want to remove yourself from that situation, give yourself space, take that boundary, and identify that we're playing a role here and we're not moving forward because of that. The persecutor corner is another thing that you want to be aware of, because we can come in with really good intentions as a rescuer, for example, again, trying to help someone, but then when that someone doesn't want to be helped, we can get really frustrated and stressed then and move over to this persecutor corner and say, why is so-and-so never listened to me? I've given them all of these ideas to solve this problem. They won't listen to anything I'm doing. Again, that person's not ready to listen. They are hanging out in this victim corner, and you probably know a lot of people who do this perpetually. And if you continue to try to move them from that corner and they're not ready and they're not self-aware enough to realize that they're even in that corner or on this triangle at all, that's where you've leveled up in terms of your own self-awareness and your ability to move away and to say, I'm not going to be pulled into this anymore. I have solutions, but I need to be working with people who are open to those solutions or open to having this two-way dialogue, because I also don't want to be in this place of being a persecutor all the time and putting other people down and being frustrated with them. I just want to be over here, happy to support, happy to jump in, happy to help the team move forward when everyone is ready to have that dialogue. And you can be a leader in that way too, by saying, you know what, I think emotions are really high right now. There's a lot of stress going on. We've talked about a lot of potential solutions, but it doesn't seem like anybody's really open to those right now. So how about we take some time, take a couple days, let's regroup, and for the next meeting, let's everybody show up with a solution, and let's come with an open mind and an agreement and a commitment to one another that we're going to listen to everybody's solution and debate it in a healthy way, right? But everybody gets a voice and everybody is going to be open to receive and at least listen to those opportunities. So this is where a leader would be, right? Is outside of this triangle, from a distance, still wanting to support everybody, but also aware when others on the team are playing this role and when they themselves are playing a role. Because it's very easy for us to do this too, to say, oh my God, I'm not getting anywhere. This always happens to me. I'm always the one that has to take over, and I'm always the one that takes the blame, and now we're playing a victim, right? All of those things may be true, but it's how we respond to those situations, right? So we may feel like the victim, but is that really the truth, or are we just kind of identifying with that role in the moment? Because again, now we can move back over to this persecutor side and just be like, it's the team's fault. They always put me in this position, and now I'm the one that's going to get blamed because we haven't made any progress. None of that is helping. We are still spinning. We're all moving around this triangle, and we're not making any progress. So a good leader steps off of the triangle, can take in the picture of themselves, the role that they may be playing here, where the other team is, and try to help set some healthy boundaries and some healthy communication patterns to be able to move forward. So whether it's in your personal life or at work, I highly recommend in those situations where it seems like there's a high level of drama, you're having the same conversations over and over again, you're feeling super frustrated, and then you feel like you're put upon, and then you feel angry, and then you feel like somebody else is really frustrated and you really want to help them and you're doing everything and bending over backwards. As long as you're stressed out by any of those things, it means you're on this triangle somewhere, and you need to step off and take in the big picture and try to help others also see what's going on here so that everybody can move forward together. So keep the drama triangle in the back of your mind when you're in those conversations. Try to take a moment to be aware of what's going on and come over here off the triangle, help things move forward, and just hopefully this will help you. I think you'll start to recognize it in your daily conversations now that you identify these three roles. And I just hope that it helps you and you can move forward. Let me know how it goes.